Alright everyone, we are back with another donation deck list by Celestial Heathen, so thank you very much for this. And yeah, let's dive into the deck tag. And today we see a very pretty mono black hatred aggro deck, which are pretty cool card choices, and yeah, I'm really hyped to test this deck out. So let's start with the mana base, where we got 17 Swamps together with 2 Lake of Dead. I really love this card because, yeah, if it enters the battlefield, you need to sacrifice a swamp, like in all Alliance lands. But then you can sacrifice another swamp to make 4 black mana, which is pretty nice. And together with this, you have the ability to play the card Hatred pretty early. 5 mana card where you need to pay X life in addition, and if you do, target creature gets +X+0 until end of turn. So yeah, in theory you could start your turn 1 with a Carnophage or a Sarcomancy to get a 2/2 zombie, and turn 2 your follow-up could be to play a Hatred with the help of 2 Dark Ritual, and then you attack for 20 and the game is over. So in the heart, the deck is a mono black aggro deck, as you can see, with the 4 Skittering Skirge, the 4 Dauthi Slayer, some amount to Smother to deal with a variety of threats, and yeah, like Terror War, Goblin Lackey, just creatures, they are faster or bigger than yours. This is rounded up with a playset of Duress to interact with your opponent's hand or to pick removal spells. Besides the 2 Smother, we got the 1 of Vendetta, which is a pretty nice card. I think it's you can justify at least one in these kind of decks, cause it's so flexible. Answers Goblin Lackey, answers, yeah, could even answer Phyrexian Dreadnought, and it's sometimes better to make this like just dying. And besides that, we got some really interesting choices, like 2 Skittering Horror, which is a 4/3 mana, which is similar effect to Skittering Skirge. So when this is in play and you play another creature, you have to sacrifice this, but you can time your creatures, so this will be your last one. And you got 2 Diabolic Intent, which is a demonic tutor where you have to sacrifice a creature in addition. And I think its main purpose is to get to the hatreds faster. And besides that, you got 2 Culling the Weak, better Dark Ritual with the disadvantage that you have to sacrifice a creature, but I think we can ramp out the hatred pretty quick. So in the sideboard, we got a few classics like Winter Orbs, Dystopia, Phyrexian Negator, Engineered Plague, and 2 Tormod Crypt, rounded up by 2 Diabolic Edict. So nothing too fancy here, but I think it's not necessary because the main deck is really fancy. Yeah, and I'm really hyped to try this out. I think it will be a pretty fast league because we have like 0 ability to grind out the games. We don't have any card advantage spells in the 75. Okay, you could say Dystopia is kind of card advantage, but besides this, we even have some card disadvantage spells like Culling the Weak, Diabolic Intent, and Lake of the Dead. So my gut feeling is that we have to kill quick here, or we will be eaten alive. But let's dive into the league and see how it's going. Have fun. Alright, we are on the play here. So let's see if we can craft an unfair hand. This is not unfair, but I think it's pretty decent. Especially if we draw a 3rd mana source. I try to do the aggro plan here and going for Sarcomancy Slayer first, hoping to hit something crucial with the Duress later. Might be completely wrong, but let's see. Turn to Duress would be great. Okay. Feeling great to not leading on the Duress cause we don't have many hits against goblins. So question here is, do I want to bring Dauthi Slayer? So if I play Dauthi Slayer, I think it's more secure to go for Smother. Otherwise, if he has exactly 2 Mock Fanatic plus Siege King Commander, we are in a pretty bad state. Okay. So the question here is, do I want to deploy more of these Slayers? I want to get some information even if we don't hit. Best hit could be a Neutralize. Okay, Vampire Incinerator, Goblin Tron, Siege King Commander. This will be a very tough game. But let's try our best. I think he is just faster, bringing in damage. But we might craft a situation where we get to a position where we can play Hatred on a shadow creature when he's almost tapped out. Okay, next turn I will probably play Dauthi Slayer again. Duress would still be a decent Duress Dark Ritual would still be a decent draw. Okay, if he's thinking so long, he's had a Landers draw. Otherwise, he would slam the City of Brass. Okay, probably searching for Ringleader or Sharpshooter. Maybe Incinerator. He's not in a hurry yet. Lecky. Okay, this is a surprise. Maybe he wants to exchange. Okay, this is really a surprise. Another swamp, not great. So I will attack here because he needs to find his Goblin War Chief. But do I want to play the Skittering Horror yet? If I play the Horror, he goes for Goblin Lackey, Cycle, Incinerator. This would be fine for me, and I think maybe I want the Dauthi Slayer. We are not winning the late game by any means, because we do not have any card advantage in the deck. So I think I need to try the aggro plan here. So he's forced sooner or later, maybe this turn, to get rid of one of these Dauthi Slayers. Okay, 4 Engineered Plagues, 2 Diabolic Edict, maybe Winter Orbs, but not sure on that. I think we will trim down on the Hatred plan and heavily relying on the Engineered Plague. We are not really sure what kind of Goblin decks he is, because you don't see City of Brass often. So this could be white-red goblins. Okay, here we have a hint that he's on green-red goblins. Maybe he's just adding City of Brass to get more colorful sources. But let's focus on this game. Diabolic Intent. What's the best thing we can do here? Going for Vendetta or Smother? But this would still let the Incinerator be active. I don't know, maybe attacking first is right. Yeah, I attack first. I think he won't block this one, but he will cycle the Incinerator for making 3 damage here, which is fine. Then he goes to 7. Okay, I'm missing 1 mana right now, otherwise... not really. So exchange this. Yeah, for Smother probably. Because Vendetta could hit a card like Skittering Commander later. We don't have a real chance here, because he can just drop City of Brass, then Skittering Commander, and then he can just burn away the threats here. So we need Vendetta immediately, and even then he can sacrifice 3 goblins to get rid of the Dauthi Slayer. Okay. Yeah, it was not super stomped in. And I think I had a decent mix of spells and creatures. Yeah, he's getting rid of this immediately, which is a nice move, I guess. But we can't win against another Siege Gang. So I'm packing in here. Plus, I don't want to show him the Skittering Horror. Yeah, not really close. It's not just about the life points, but he was on stable 6. We can't drain that out of nothing, and he had the board control with Siege King Commander. Okay, I do want the Edicts. And the Plagues. Winter Orb could be decent. I need to think about what to cut here. I do not want the Intent, because I can't afford just... I mean, there is an argument for letting Duress in against Naturalize, but if you don't hit with one Duress, you are so far behind. Okay, the Negator is not great. Maybe like this. This seems great. One of Hatred to steal a game. Not a fan of Culling the Weak here. Maybe I need to cut Culling the Weak for the intent. Maybe Duress. Because I do not want to throw my creatures away. Okay, let's try it like this. Seems pretty solid. There's still the problem that we can't outclass them in the late game. But yeah, it's something we have to deal with. This is really strong. Let's keep this. And I think I will just... Do I need to play Winter Orb turn 1? I don't know. I think there is no necessity to do it in case we draw something like Engineered Plague. So this needs to be enough. But we ship in 5 each turn. And he drew a land, which will make him take damage. I think I don't want to drop a second land, because if I just have the Lake of the Dead, I need to sacrifice the Swamp. And then if he has Wasteland or Richard Port, we are in a pretty bad state. Okay. I said nothing. Now we are in a pretty bad state. Okay, Dauthi Slayer is finish, but I think I have to play my whole hand now. Otherwise... I haven't seen Pyrokinesis in a long time from Goblins, but good call probably. Yeah, but this was probably the only out he had under this pressure. Otherwise, he needed to deploy some Goblins and... Okay, this is not going well for us. But sometimes you just lose against the one card. Yeah, let's try it for a bit here. I think it will be over pretty quick. All right, good game. All right, we are on the play here. So let's see if we get a keepable 7. This is pretty decent. I keep this and I will lead with Swamp, Ritual, Duress, double Sarcomancy. And if we draw another mana source, we can play Skittering Skirge next turn. Yeah, I think this is right. Okay. I think I will... Wall of Blossom is strong. It takes a Cabal Therapy here. Wall of Blossom is really doing a lot. Yeah, with this knowledge, I might have been better up with the Skittering Skirge, but I want to protect those against his Duress. But might be completely wrong. So Duress turn 1 getting Hatred. And I hope for another mana source. Nah, not a mana source here. Even a pretty awkward draw, cause this is forcing me to sacrifice something, and you don't want to do this against a rock deck where it's everything about card advantage. He's getting this Skittering Skirge. Interesting. So he probably drew a Pernicious Deed. Okay, no mana here. It's a bit tough. And if he has a Pernicious Deed, we can concede immediately, because he will kill our 2 zombies. And he has the ability to... Yeah, we take 2 damage a turn. There's no way out if he has a Pernicious Deed. Probably another wall, maybe Wall of Roots, Birds of Paradise. Okay, if I would draw some mana, but I mean, maybe it's not bad because it's not tempting me to overextend into a Pernicious Deed. But even an Obstinate Ballot would be enough. Ravenous Ballot, excuse me. Yeah, this is probably enough for us to lose. Let's get the Dauthi Slayer in. Don't want to attack here. We have a really smart chance, but this needs 3 turns. If we draw another mana source next turn and he can't interact with some kind of removal or Pernicious Deed, but his hand should be stacked. He's at turn 5, having just 3 land drops. The discard is mostly done. But let's see. It will be over pretty quickly in one or the other direction. Recurring Nightmare, yeah, this is strong. Changing 1 bird for a wall, probably. Or maybe a Barload versus a bird, sacrificing. Okay, I really need some mana here. But I can't win this, because he's getting 4 life a turn now. But we are pretty decent in the time on both sides, so no need to scoop immediately. Sometimes magic things happens. Duress. Ah, the survival version, yeah, but finally with Ravenous Ballads. Need to ask for the list after. I played his last list, I think he won with, or he played the top 16, top 8 with, in our webcam monthly, and it went pretty well. I got paired in the finals in the mirror, but my opponent was running Ravenous Ballads. Yeah, but this is odd. 7 turns, no land, with, I guess, 19 lands. Yes, this is like, I think, 0.1% chance. Okay, he's having a creature to pitch. So now he probably gets a deranged hermit. If he wants to get Squee first, he needs to sacrifice Ravenous Ballad. If he wants to do it in the end step, I think he could do it. Cause deranged hermit is just winning on the spot. We might have one shot if we draw exactly Duress. But then it's hard to fight against the Squirrel army, and it's going to 5. Yeah, even Hatred is no option, because we need Hatred and 4 more mana. But not too bad for missing 6 land drops. Good thing is that he's not on Pernicious Deed, probably. Yeah, here's the Hermit. Exchanging probably the Hermit for the Ravenous Ballad. And then we need exactly Duress, or we can concede. And he's still got 1 activation for Sweet Goblin Naboo. Okay, this is this. Okay, we are facing 2 recursions of Nightmare now, but I want to try it. Again, we are pretty decent in the time, and it will be over pretty quick in maybe 3 or 4 turns, I guess. There is a corner case, and we can still win this somehow. This is 8 life a turn. If we draw Culling the Weak plus Hatred, we are fine. Okay, going to 1. Probably searching for a wall of roots. Or another Hermit. Masticore. Okay, this... He discards Masticore, exchange it with Recurring Nightmare. Can ping 1 damage. We're taking for 4. Yeah, I don't know if Masticore is doing this thing here. Yeah, it evolved into a pretty interesting spot. What can our Diabolic Intent search for? Skittering Horror, Skittering Skirge. Okay, this is here. But it can only ping once? Okay, he's searching for another card, but he has no Nightmare here. So we attack for 4, he goes to 1 if we sacrifice the Barload. Carnophage is not great. If I had a 3rd mana source, I could tutor for Vendetta. Okay, I just hope. Oh, okay, I need to undo this. So he has 7 mana up next turn. So I need to go for Vendetta probably. I mean, he can't do everything. He needs to spend 3 mana to recure the Bailet. I need to get rid of the Musty Core, but he can just get it back. So I'm not sure if this is a way to win. I will go for Hatred here, but then I am hoping for Culling the Weak or what? I mean, I could go for Lake of the Dead, play both of these. Okay, Vendetta, he can just regenerate or return it. Yeah, I think this might be an out. So Lake of the Dead, play it. So this is not doing much. If I play the Dauthi Horror, I can't win if I top deck Hatred. So I'm planning on drawing Hatred here. So this would just been bad. If he has any mana source, he can ping both of these. Discarded another survival. Okay, this attacks. Yeah, but he can just ping those. But I want to see it. 1 life, so close. But he just needs to do double ping here. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, if I would play this and this, he could have just recured the Bailet twice, going to 9. And then we are in the same spot next turn. So here was the idea to hope he's not getting green manas, another mana source. So he can't ping 4 times. And then draw Hatred. Yeah, and now he's pinging. Okay, but even if he's not getting the 5th mana here, we would be in trouble because we're not drawing Hatred and he would be at 9 life. Yeah, but not too bad. I think the worst part was that we missed 6 land drops and then drew 1 in the wrong spot. Okay. I'm not sure if it's something about Tormod script here. Dystopia should be fine. The problem is if I try to go value-based here, I think I can never win with I need to cut all these creatures on the ground, plus a huge amount of cards like where you need to sacrifice, like here, Culling the Weak and Diabolic Intent. Not sure if Winter Orb is fine, to be honest, but Hatred is really bad. So I might play it like this. Maybe 2 fun-offs Hatred. It will be hard to win with this strategy, because he's just doing a better job at yeah, generating card advantage, and our aggro plan is not working due to the Wall of Omen, Wall of Roots and Wall of Blossoms, and him having Obstinate Ballots in his build. Yeah, I hope he's running some Tempting Worms, and maybe we can sneak in some stuff there. But not having access to Carbide Therapy seems really bad. Okay, this is fine-ish. I don't think I want to play turn 1. I mean, it's probably no difference. If I play 2, yeah, I think it's more secure to play it like this versus a card like Cabal Therapy, blindly naming Dauthi Slayer. So I will go for this, can start attacking next turn. But he might have a amount of pernicious deeds in the 75. So let's see if we can resolve this and can dodge a pernicious deed. We really have a clock. Yeah, we have kind of the answer if it's not going for... Yeah, this is too much land. So exactly the opposite as we saw game 1. But it is what it is. Today we don't have the heart of the cards. Something like a Phyrexian Negator so would be great. I mean, I should not cast it probably, because 3/2 flyer is better. But even if we sneak the 3 Goblin for once, I think it's right to bring them, because he has Recurring Nightmare. Okay, 2-turn clock. Yeah, he's seeing our misery now. Okay, Birds of Paradise to block here, or maybe to generate mana. Yeah, 3 lands in a row. It's not our day. Like game 1 missing 6 land drops and now drawing 3 lands of 3 cards. Okay. I don't know if Masticore is enough. I don't think so. But the Obstinate Barlord could buy a turn. And having the Tormod script here is not great, so it's even a dead card, I guess. Because the game is evolving in such an aggro state. Yeah, I'm really interested in what this list looks like now. Because last time I really had a problem playing it. You had no Smother and just Bone Shredder, and Bone Shredder is not working in these spots. Okay, Screen Goblin Boo. That's fine for me. I'm not sure if this is a state where he wants to be. Hypnotic Spectre. Okay, I need to crack this, maybe. This is fine-ish. Because we don't need to trade then. It's a bit sad that I have to show it. I think this was a spirit, but... Okay. Yeah, I think I cracked the Tormod script here. I mean, what do I want more? And now he might have not another creature. Even if he has a Barload. This just is for 1 turn. Maybe it was too early. Because it felt like kind of a trap. If he has Recurring Nightmare, we might have a problem closing these things up. Hatred would be great. Yeah, probably Barload. But if he needs to tap his birds, it's not enough. And even if not, he's just buying 1 turn, spending a whole turn to buy 1 turn for a wild card draw. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I still think Hatred is a trap. Winter Orb could be decent. And in this spot, where we're not having any walls, yeah, the Carnophage would have been okay, and the Sarcomancy, but I don't want to build up on that. Maybe, I'm not really sure, but a amount of Phyrexian Marina could work here as a plan B. Okay, this is really decent. If we are not facing a turn 1 discard spell and he's leading double leg of that is pretty bad, but I'm thinking about this as a 6-card hand. Hopefully to draw one more swamp. If he's leading on something like, I don't know, if he has Duress, he might just go for Dark Ritual and hope there's nothing more to draw on my side. Okay, this is a Duress mana, Cabal Therapy. Naming. Dark Ritual probably. Yes. Swamp is great. Wall of Blossoms would hit hard. Second swamp is good. Even a third one would be okay-ish. Because I don't want to devour my mana here. Okay, Wall of Roots. If I exchange this for Cabal Therapy, I'm totally fine with it. Okay, it's not doing it. Okay, let me get this down. He's probably aiming for Dystopia, and I think at this point, Winter Orb would punish us too hard. Because he has a Wall of Roots. Even if he gets Dystopia, I'm kind of okay with it. My follow-up will be Dauthi Slayer plus Winter Orb with the help of Lake of the Dead. And if he has no land drop and is sacrificing one into the Cabal Therapy, I'm perfect. Okay, this is bad news for us. But it's okay. It's what the deck does pretty well. Blind naming Dark Ritual was a great play. Okay, even another Dystopia here would be great. Okay, I do want to play both of these. So I'm tempted to sacrifice my swamps away here. We don't win the late game anyway. So let's try it like this. And imagine if we would draw another 2-drop here. This would have been a decent turn 3, even through 2 discard spells. I mean, I knew it was Mulligan 6 due to the double leg of dead. I think there will never be the spot where we want 2 of these in play and even activate 2 of these. Because we have no scaling spell or something like this. Yeah, he has a really great draw. This is in one of the top 2% draws, I guess. I might sacrifice this away to go for his birds. Might be a bit greedy, but attacking his mana seems pretty solid at this point. And having a multiple of Birds of Paradise could be his way out of the Winter Orb. Okay, untap 1. He might discard here, but what he's searching for. First squee and then they will gone sooner or later. Okay, this is a 4-turn clock, so a bit slow. But he's a bit low on mana. Discarding Octavi Orang-Utan there is interesting. Okay, Tempting Worm could win the damage race. Yeah, this is a good line on his side. Or, I mean, he goes to 10, we go to 15. Maybe it's not enough. So I think he can't get another. He can get bird, but it will die immediately. So just Tempting Worm, then he goes to 10. We go to 15, 6, 10, 2. Okay, he needs something more. No thanks. Good old 2 mana 5/5 creature. Dystopia, yeah. I do need a swamp for that. Or Dark Ritual. But it's fine-ish. Okay, now he's probably getting... He needs some life gain or another Tempting Worm. If he has another Tempting Worm, I will play my Dystopia, but we probably will lose. Because he's getting the damage quicker than us. Okay, yeah, he has something to sacrifice. Yeah, pretty cool game, to be honest. We still could draw Vendetta, something like this. Yeah, and it's bad that I have to pay first, but I don't think it's changing the clock here. Not great. We have one more turn, and if we draw exact... I don't know if Hatred would be enough. Yeah, Hatred would be enough. But let's just wait here. He's probably sacrificing Survival of the Fittest, I guess. Or another Tempting Worm. Then sacrifice away Survival. Spike Feeder. Okay. So he has another mana source, probably. Or hoping for. Come on, Hatred. One time. Okay, I need to sacrifice Dystopia here. This is not feeling great, exchanging 3 mana for 1 drop. But I think it's better than the stuff we bought it out. Come on, Hatred, once! Not really. GG. Alright, not a great hand to be honest, but due to the turn 1 Skittering Horror with follow-up Sarcomancy, I will try to keep this. But it's too much mana here. But there are some constellations where this could be just game winning. This could be one of these. Okay, probably blue-white Tron. Yeah, let's get the horror down here. So we can't cast Carnophage. Otherwise, we need to sacrifice the horror. Okay, we might see a card like Swords to Plowshares, but if we see it in the combat, I can follow up with Carnophage. Okay, here's exactly Sword. So a bit sad here. But it is what it is. So there are still the abilities that we just draw Hatred and win on spot. If he taps out in a odd spot. Okay, just mana. I think in some games there is just a bit of luck missing on our side to win, but not this month. But this means we have other lucky people, which is fine. Okay. Hatred. Yeah, even 2 swords in the top 10 cards is a bit much, and us just drawing mana. But let's not give up here. What is this? Third sword. Or natural turn next turn. We will take it as it comes. Fact or fiction. Okay, the intent is really bad. You can't justify throwing away one of your creatures and then getting it countered by any of his counter spells. Okay, now we are losing against a double block from Decree of Justice, but it is what it is. So having another Sarcomancy is opening a potential line of, yeah, here it is the Decree. Okay, we could exchange the creature from Sarcomancy into something better, which might be worth it. We will never get a kill with Hatred here in this matchup. Okay, I probably want to get Skittering Skirge. I don't think we have much to bring in. Okay, 3 Winter Orb, maybe Plagues, maybe Negator, probably Negator. Okay, now we get the damage here. Okay, let's concede. Maybe not, if he's really unlucky. Yes, this cards where you have to cast additional, have to sacrifice additional creature. This is the weakest point of the deck until now. I understand that you want to have a really quick way to get Hatred out. Okay, this is enough for me. Don't need to see more. Okay. So let's start with Winter Orbs. Yes, please. I think I need all the plagues. I can't justify hatred, but if I don't play hatred, I don't need this intense. I don't need Smother. And Culling the Weak, I really want to cut. Then yeah, I will bring in one Diabolic Edict and try to catch Mastico with it. So I have one Vendetta, one... Yeah, and this stick is so strong against us. Okay, this won't probably work. This is much better. Okay, I want to ship Sarcomancy here. This might just be enough to win, if we are lucky. So in this first game, there's an argument to keep playing, but then in the spot you can't cast your creature spell. But we would have lost against any kind of Stroke of Genius, Decree of Justice. So we needed like 1 or 2 Duress plus Hatred, and yeah, I'm not feeling bad to concede there. At the end of the day, you can just bring in more test games. Okay, if he's not sorting here, I will not play the horror. Otherwise, I need to sacrifice. I think he might set up a... Okay, he was hoping to draw a sword. I think he's setting up a Wrath of God, where we will have the follow-up Dauthi Horror. And he's untapping really slow. Yeah, and this is kind of bad. If your top decks are the mana accelerators you want in the early game. Okay, tries to find a sword. So it means he's not having Wrath of God or not second mana. Okay, we are still in the game. This was a strong turn 1. He has a counter spell here. Would be funny if it's if it is a mana leak, and we can pay for that. Okay, I still don't want to play into a card like Wrath of God. Mana leak, please. But I don't think the deck runs Mana leak. Okay, but now I will just play Carnophage. I think they are on power sync, and I've built a similar deck. Really love it. Okay, if he takes Adaka Waste now, he's getting damage from that. Okay, if he has something like Musty Core, untap this, yeah, we are flooding out here. So we are not in a great position, but it will be decided next turn latest. Okay, it was enough, but we are not feeling great here. Maybe another edict. Because Mastico is so scary. And trim down on the engineered plate here. Yeah, this feels okay. I'm not sure in this kind of matchup, Null Rod. Okay, what is this? I think this is fine. It's especially bad if he has something like swords into counterspell. But otherwise, if he needs to counter the Winter Orb or remove the Carnophage. I'm not even sure if I play the Winter Orb next turn, but I think I have to play into the counter spells. Because 2 damage a turn is not enough. Not like this, please. So in this spot, I'm thinking like if you need to play Baron more or something like this, but you can't justify it in an aggro deck. Okay, Impulse. Yeah, he has an amount of Disenchant, which he can cast next turn, but this means that he is not having access to counterspell for follow-up. And I think I can't follow up with Negator now. Or Horror. Due to our own Winter Orbs. This is pretty bad. So if we just freeze up now. Yeah, Disenchant. No Impulse. Okay. So in this spot, Lake of the Dead would be great. Make 7 mana. I think I want to play the Negator first. The good news is Negator can't be... Oh, maybe Dauthi Horror? Okay, if I attack here... So the bad thing is... If he untaps, has a land, a Wrath of God. What am I able to lose? But I think I have to commit more to the board. Maybe this one. Yeah, let's try this Skittering Horror here. This should be enough for him to cast Wrath of God. And then we got enough mana next turn due to the untap and the land drop here to play Negator. And even if he is having a card like Decrease sooner or later, we can clean it up with Plague. Okay, Wrath of God here, so we played perfectly, which makes me really happy. Okay, double spell or Negator. I think it's time for Negator, because if he's not having a Swords to Plowshares, this will kill him pretty quickly. And if he has a sword for this, we have 1 mana to play Carnophage. Yeah, this is not great news. Okay. Carnophage. He might have another Wrath, but if he has it, he has it. He needs land plus Rouse, and they just run 2 of them. And if we draw land, we are in a pretty great position again. Okay, he's digging for some more Swords of Plowshares. Okay. Dark Ritual is great. Okay, I think I'm willing to bring out another threat just to have lethal in case he has untap this, white land, plus 2 swords for them. Alright, we're on the play again. So let's see if we can get a pretty aggro hand. I think that's not keepable due to the fact we got 2 Diabolic Intent. Okay, this is not better. If we got a 1-drop, this would be a turn 2 kill. Okay, we need to keep this. Ship, Culling the Weak, and the Swamp. Second hand was interesting. Okay. Gro-A-Tog. Tough matchup. Let's attack here first. I don't know. I think I want to play into days. Because our starting 5 was so bad anyways. Plus we started with 2 or 3 cards less than him. If you consider the draw he has. That we need to have luck. And this is not great. Because this will be 3/3 soon, at least. So we need to hope to fly above. And win like this. Okay, I would block here. I want to see the Swords to Plowshares. Okay. This was a surprise. Because it would outlast the army on the ground so fast. Really a surprise there, the attack. But maybe he saw the writing on the wall. So if he has no out for the 3/2 flyer, he's losing like this. Okay, attack for 4 probably. He might have ice. Yeah, still tough to play. Another shadow creature or Scourge would be great. Don't know, maybe the attack with the Quarian Dryad was an error. This is sweet. Because at some point they will be outclassed by the Dryad. And then I can start throwing one away into the intent to search for something. Okay, this will be a gush. After his land drop, I guess, or maybe he has a land drop left. I was not fully there. I might cast this to find Vendetta. But at this point he could easily has foil. Dauthi Slayer. I still want to try my Vendetta plan. And if he wants to trade foil with this is fine for me. I would just attack with a horror. Okay, now I attack with both. Because exchanging the Mangling Mage with a zombie is fine for me. It seems like he's having an ice here, probably. This will make 2 damage a turn now. Smother would be great. Duress is fine. Okay, AK. This takes a counter spell. Because if he pays 2 mana to resolve a card which is drawing him 1 other card, this won't be enough. He's not forced to block here. And if he does a double block next turn, I can play Dauthi Slayer as follow-up, and he needs a removal spell for that. Digging for Swords to Plowshares, which is fine, because even if he has just a Dryad Arbor, the double block would be the same. So nice line here. So one island left in hand. Oh no, he played it. One unknown card. So I attack here. He is doing the double block. We are playing Dauthi Slayer and hoping for the best. If he has a removal, we have Dauthi Horror as a follow-up. Double spell would be great here, but we are missing force mana. Now we can play kind of Daze Proof. Yeah, double block. So, Swords to Plowshares, Fire Ice. Then we got a follow-up, Dauthi Horror. Yes. Tough matchup. I think Hatred is not possible. I do want Diabolic Edicts. Maybe I want the Engineered Plagues. Let's see how much we want to bring out. I probably want the Negator. They are a bit scary versus cards like Fire Ice, but I have some Sarcomancies and Carnophage to sack. Okay, question is, do I want to bring in 1 or 2 Engineered Plague? Probably. They're not super great, but it's an answer for a current ride before it resolved, and it's probably better than an intent, because I need all of my creatures. And okay, third mulligan here. I don't know what's up this league, so it's a bit crazy. This amount of mulligans, floods, and screws. Not great. But probably a keep. I could... I think I need to ship the Lake of Dead. And then I try to... Yeah. Dark Ritual, Duress. Double Sarcomancy. Okay, we need the ugly lock here. Okay, he did a shuffle. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to lead on the Negator. But let's see if he is dazing here. No daze. Okay, let's try the double Sarcomancy plan. Because if he has just one Swords to Plowshares for... Okay. So it's just blue mana. So I take the Gush. Maybe we can steal the win here again. He needs green mana. It's good that we have the Smother. Yeah, this was the best draw he could have. But yeah, Call of the Herd. Not great. We need second land here. Immediately. That's not second land. Yeah, this was the best draw in his entire deck, because this allowed him to put a turn 2 elephant. Otherwise, with the City of Brass, something like this, he could just play Current Ride, and now he... Okay, I would assumed he did the flashback there. This is odd. Really odd. Yeah, not like this again, please. But he wanted to have another counter, probably. But Call of the Herd is not giving him counters. Okay, we just need second mana. Maybe 5 turns is enough to just Get a 1 mana source. So Smother still decent. Ah, this is great for us. This is great news. Trading a 2/2 versus a 3/3 is exactly what I want to do. Okay, here's a mana source. I need to do this first, because if he has days, I can't attack. Okay, no days. Attack. Diabolic Edict as a follow-up is great. It's still tough. I mean, if he plays Gush, something like this, Meddling Mage, you can just sacrifice the Meddling Mage away. I think I want to play Diabolic Edict in upkeep, or maybe Dauthi Horror. Yeah, this is... I mean, Dauthi Horror would be not good against ice. Let's try the Edict here. Because this can be scary later, if it's 3/3 or greater. Okay, really flooding out here. So taking the Gush there was probably right. Yeah, attacking there with the Elephant was good for us, because we exchanged our worst 2/2 versus his 3/3. Maybe he was fearing something like Bad Moon, but we could really run away from this point. Yeah, but he's flooding out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana sources in the top 13 cards. This is not great for him. Okay, we can just play this pre-combat to play faster here. All right, we're on the play. Look at this hand. This is amazing. Imagine this would be on the play. Could be a turn 2 kill, but this is a keep anyway. Man. Lying on his turn 1 play, I will just go. I don't know. We could play these 4 cards, these 5 cards. This is really bad news. If I draw another mana source, I probably... Yeah, this is good. So here I want to go for Sarcomancy. And let's see what he's playing, but a first strike creature would be a problem. Okay, let's go with Duress. If he counters this, we attack and he's not blocking, we go for the kill. Okay, Mana Leak, Memory Lapse. This is bad news. Okay, we need to split our creatures, so... I think it's better to take... I mean, Memory Lapse probably. Now I attack to see if he blocks. Okay, yeah, because he has a counter backup. But let's see if Carnophage is enough for him to play Mana League. I really want to steal this game. Okay, enough for Mana League. This is fine for me. It's a problem that he has exactly the combination of Mother of Runes, and Mastico will be a problem. But let's see if he's blocking next turn again. I mean, this is probably the turn where he should not block, to not run into a removal. Okay, no block. I go for it. And I want to do it like this. If he has a sword, he has it, but I can't win. I mean, I'm not sure if he still decided if he wants to block. But let's go all in here. Maybe I needed to set a stop in damage, but I don't think so. If I got priority from him. 17 life. Maybe I needed to play the Lake of Dead to play around Mana League, but if he has it, he has it. Otherwise, it's funny to win like this. But I hope I'm at the right point here. Yes! This was great. This was amazing. Okay. Now the fear of the hatred is there. We can board it out. Not sure if I can justify Winter Orbs. Still not a fan of these sacrifice spells, because I want to grind. Okay, I need to cut these. And I'm tempted to cut this Lake of the Dead, because I don't want to play these 2 for 1 land inside a counter deck, and often these decks run cards like Wasteland, Dust Bowl. So this seems not great to play it. But this was I mean, in his position, I wouldn't block there, because you barely or you never see hatred in the format, and it's more obvious that he blocks, and I can get a creature with Smother. Okay, I keep this a bit light on lands. I hope that he, yeah, this was my hope. I think I'm naming probably Cleric, or we really need some mana here. Cleric or Human. I need to take a look if I have Clerics. No Clerics in the mono black deck. So maybe Human. I'm not sure if he's on the Solteri, so I might regret this. Good thing is I have a second one if we are managing to get enough mana. And 2 of these can handle Meddling Mages. Yeah, drawing land there would be great. But I'm on such a low amount that if I don't draw land and... okay, he has no memory lapse. Okay, this is fine for me. I want to have some pressure here. So even if he goes for this, it was a 2 for 1 for them. Not 2 for 2. If we take the Dark Ritual into account. Okay, no mana here. Let's get some more information. Okay, this is strong. Not playing True Believer. There's good for us. But this will be a problem. Without mana. Yeah, why aren't we drawing mana? Okay, this is perfect for me. Making this exchange. Of course, Whipcorder is super scary. Okay, I'm tempted to scoop things up here, but we can try for 2 more turns, maybe. Maybe we should not scoop. Okay. If this can be a Whipcorder, or this can be, and we don't draw mana for 5 turns. But if this is an Angel, this is over. Not drawing land for 5 turns. How many do we have left? 16. Yes. No land in 6 turns. So let me get the probability here. Assuming 16 out of 35. Yeah, this was a very low probability. I will register this exactly like this before. If we drew any land in the first 6 turns, this would have been decent. But not today. This is crap. But maybe good enough crap. I mean, we shouldn't have won game 1 probably. Okay, again the mother. 3 games, 3 mother of runes. So place mother here, and now we are flooding out. This is a huge problem with the deck. I don't know, maybe we can bring in some Mishra's factories. They could even carry a hatred if you're really flooding out. Something like Dystopia would be fine. Maybe he's naming Dystopia. Deep in the think tank. Engineered Plague, okay. Dauthi Slayer is fine. Let's kick things off with the Duress here. Okay. Phew. So I'm not the only one with mana issues. He's got just 4 lands left. And not good lands. Not something like Heathen or anything. Yeah, this is a really odd league, to be honest. Like, not so many satisfying games. I mean, some funny ones were there. Swords to Plowshares, Motherfruits. But really, really odd league. But yeah, maybe sometimes this happens. So this might be enough for turning the tables here. But at the end of the day, it's just who has the better top decks now. He could have a disenchant effect for that. And then Exalted Angel. And we lose like this. Okay, I think this was 5 turns, 4 lands now. Yeah. No, 4 draws. I mean, I did draw the Dystopia, but nothing else. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can't change it. But we are really on the odd side here. But so is he. Okay. So at some point we need to get rid of the Dystopia. Because the Dystopia clock will be faster than the Dauthi Slayer. But I think we are not here yet. And I'm enjoying the Dystopia a bit longer. Yeah, land. Why not? 6 draws, 5 mana sources. Ugh. Annoying. I don't know. I think we have to keep this for longer. 1 Flooded Strand in hand. Yeah, we keep it until almost the end. So 1 more turn. Yes, Swamp. Nice one. This is really fun. I mean, we have 11 mana. Maybe we draw Hypnox, something like this. Okay, no, I don't want to pay anymore. Paying 12 life for 1 Mother of Runes is probably okay enough. So now he can just easily play multiple creatures. Yeah, here's the sword. Good thing is we're probably not running into a card like Mana Leak. I'm not sure if I play Dystopia. I think I have to. We might have double Mana Leak, this could catch us, because he could just Mana Leak again before a Dark Ritual resolves. But it is what it is. I mean, he had almost a similar problem like us. Yeah. Funny. So we can pay this for some turns now, but this is not a sweet match, to be honest. Yes. So I will pay this like almost until the end now. Now we got some more flexibility, but I think I can just play it for some turns. I can pay it one more turn, but maybe at this point I can just sacrifice it away. I don't know. I pay once more. Because I need to get rid of the factory. This is just too late to the party. I mean, he's at 7 life. We can't pay for Dystopia. So I made myself 18 damage with my Dystopias for getting rid of one Meddling Mage, which was a 1/1 and a Mother of Runes. And yeah, okay, Hatred couldn't even save us. I do want to cast this now. So if he wants to activate this in response to sacrifice it, because I want to bluff his mother here, he needs to pay one more mana. And we need a Smother or another Diabolic Edict. Maybe Engineered Plague could buy us a turn. Okay, Carnophage. If he has something like Memory Lapse, we lose. Swords to Plowshares would buy us one turn. He could have Counterspell there. But he is just having the better outs. Okay, this will stay back as a blocker. I need to keep this untapped, to be honest. But even then I lose. I mean, I lose against the double attack anyway. So I need to hope. If I pay here, I go to 1. He's doing a double attack, bringing me to -2. I mean, I could block, then I'm at 0. If I plan on drawing a removal, yeah, I need to draw a removal here. So let's keep this around. Okay, not a removal. If I attack here, I throw this away. So I need to keep double blocker. And regarding on what my opponent has, I mean, he has 3 cards in hand. So there should be some business. We could win next game with Skittering Skirge. If he has a removal for that, it must be Swords to Plowshares or Memory Lapse. Okay. Okay, this needs to be tapped now. No, I don't want. Yeah, nice. Some mana finally. So I attack here with these 2. What happens if he activates this, plays swords on his own creature? This won't do anything. He needs double. Because he needs to exile this. Maybe he has the last breath here? Just fun. Okay. Ah, I died to the true believer. This was great. Yeah, let's show him the misery here. And then let's call it a game. All right, we are on the draw, but with it was a pretty decent hand. I mean, it's in the core like a black aggro hand, but I really want to try this. And yeah, something like Dark Ritual could really help us here. Okay, upkeep, Polluted Delta. Lake of the Dead. This can give us some acceleration later. Let's see if he has a daze for this. Could be Dreadnought. Sapphire Medallion. It's black. Really interesting. So I think I have to probably play Duress. Because I don't want to die next turn immediately. I think Duress here is more important than adding 2 more power to the board. Next turn we got 6 mana. Man, this is sweet. I think... Yeah, probably the best thing to do is... Man, this is tough. I'm tempted to take Smother here. or Frantic Surge. I take the Smother, and then next turn we can make triple threat if we want to. It's nice that we got the answer for the Spiceatog, but man, this Sapphire Medallion is sweet. I mean, the Duress is one blue mana anyway, one black mana. So it's probably just a better version than the Familiar. Okay, Sarcomancy. I attack first here. I mean, I could try to play Sarcomancy here and see if he wants to counter it. Okay, this is fine for me. So the question now is, do I want to do double spell, which is probably really good? I sack away my swamp here, but I add 4 shadow power to the board, which sounds great. And I think in this pace I might be faster than his Spiceatog. The Carnophage could even be a good blocker if he is not finding a wonder in time. And if we draw another mana source, we can play Smother or add the Dauthi Horror to the board. And Frantic Surge is... I think it's a really interesting build here. You don't see Thwart in these decks, you don't see Frantic Surge. Maybe he's just exploring a bit. So if we do Smother... Do I want to get rid of his counterspell? Carnophage probably should not attack. So he goes to... I think it's worth it. So, do I want the Dauthi Horror to resolve? Let's try Dauthi Horror first and see. So he should counter it, but then we get rid of the Spiceatog, which is the equivalent to add 2 power to the board with Carnophage. Okay, counterspell here. Let's do the Smother in response. He has 1 Frantic Surge left in hand, so we can dismiss this pile to have a wider view here. Really cool build. With the Sapphire Medallion and the Frantic Surge, it's even adding some mana to the board. Okay, now it's probably really tough for him. Hatred. So he has some amount of Smother, which is fine against us. I think Winter Orb is pretty strong against... This is really spicy, what he plays. And to be honest, you don't see often spicy decks in this kind of leagues, because they are pretty stacked. Okay. Yeah, he needs a lot. Like Infest to start with. He can't flashback the deep analysis. Fact or fiction. I'll get the Spiceatog or the rest. Cunning Wish and Swamp. Okay. This went pretty well. We were out of resources here, but yeah, in these kind of matchups, again, we need to cut these 2-for-1s we are presenting. I really want some amount of Winter Orb. Diabolic Edicts. We need to cut the Vendetta. I really love the Phyrexian Negator. So 2 more cards to cut. These are probably the Hatred here. And I think I want to cut 2 more Hatred to remove these, to bring in this Tormod script. Even if you just have 1 card like Accumulated Knowledge in the hand, it's a 1-for-1 at least. Plus we have the ability to shrink down his Spiceatogs. This seems fine-ish. Regarding on his cards in hand, it might be that we will need some time until we resolve a spell. Double counter spell. Yeah, let's get rid of 1 here. The question is if we want to run... It would be great if we draw a 1-drop or a Dark Ritual. Okay, so the question is, do I want to... I mean, for mana management, it's probably best to play it like this. This is the least valuable threat, in my opinion. So there's a small argument for playing the Dauthi Slayer in case he has Cabal Therapy. Okay, these are gone. So 2 Frantic Surge in hand. Feeling great with the Duress to lead. So the good thing is he can just let it resolve and then... Okay, Cunning Wish, don't want to see this. And I want to lead with a Dauthi Slayer. So 2 Frantic Surge, 1 Spiceatog. Next turn we can do Dauthi Slayer and Skittering Skirge. Maybe he's playing some amount of 3 Goblin Naboos. Okay, here is the Spiceatog. I mean, it could kill pretty quick. So 2 Frantic Surge in hand. We can... And I can play like a sorcery guy, cause we know his cards in hand. So 7 unblockable power to the board. Hopefully we draw some kind of removal. I mean, it's unblockable and until now it's not scary on its own, but it can be scary pretty quickly. One more Frantic Surge in hand. But I like the approach to just test a bunch of cards in a deck you've never seen before. I did the same with Spiceatog, like with Back to Basics, Mox Diamonds, stuff like this, Sabo Swap. And have 1 video on my YouTube channel. So both Frantic Surge are gone. He discarded another Spiceatog, so probably he has a mass removal effect here. Not planning on blocking. Sadly, just a 3-turn clock. Okay, maybe he has just... Oh, this is sweet. Not going to lie. I'm not sure if I need to cast it in upkeep. I mean, I could wait for longer with the Diabolic Edict. We are not facing lethal here anytime soon, and maybe if he's having a board wipe, we can keep this Diabolic Edict in hand. Another Swamp. I might keep this in case he has something like Funeral Charm. So now he needs something like Infest to start. Otherwise, he's really in trouble. Yes, the aggro plan worked pretty well. So welcome back to the deck building part. Yeah, this was a very odd league, to be honest. It was a bit frustrating that we lost so many games due to us flooding, screwing our opponents. So yeah, as you heard in the league, it was very odd on both sides this time. We still managed to make a clear 3-3, which is pretty decent, I guess. But yeah, we were facing some problems here with the deck. I'm not sure which direction to go, because if we take the most obvious direction, we will probably land into something like like a mono black aggro list. So yeah, I found it really hard, because I mean, even the games we won with Hatred, some of these would have been made possible with other cards too. And to be honest, I like Hatred, maybe not in the playset, but the weakest part for me were these Skittering Horrors, because they are not a great exchange. They are way, way weaker than Skittering Skirge or Phyrexian Negator. And it was painful because we do not have any kind of card advantage spells to sacrifice our own creatures away, which we need to do with these. So often just the Skittering Horror is not enough on its own that you can wait with the cards in your hand. In general, I love the idea of Lake of the Dead. Practically, it was not working out well. But I mean, these were 6 games in the league now, plus 4 games I did for testing. I'm not really sure. I would love to see more of this card. But as you saw, there were situations where we were sacrificing away 2 swamps in a turn to get away the cards from our hand, and then we screwed later. So I'm not sure here, but I mean, there are a lot of obvious cards which we could play. I don't want to exchange the idea of the deck too much, because I'm loving the finds of Lake of the Dead and Culling the Weak here. So if you want to go for the strategy, so the most obvious thing would probably be to bring in some cards like maybe Bad Moon, or I'm not sure. I think we do want maybe 2 Mishra's Factories. I think I would cut these completely. So there were times where you want to put more pressure on the board with Mishra's Factory, for example. Let's add 2 of these, and maybe we don't even cut lands for that, because we got some pretty awkward situations there. And I don't think I would play the Intent again or the Skittering Horror. And what we could do, either play Skeletal Scrying. This could work out even with our more stable mana situation here. Or a card like Phyrexian Arena. I think I would be a fan of this. But both cards are not playing well together with Hatred. Maybe bring in 2 of these Skeletal Scryings. And then I don't want to change more. Otherwise we are too far in mono black territory. But yeah, on the sideboard, I mean, all these cards were great, but I'm just thinking if we have the ability to bring in more card advantage cards to the sideboard. So I would probably cut down on one Winter Orb, one Engineered Plague here, and then I would add 2 Phyrexian Arena. And then I would just to have the ability to grind a bit. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have this in the collection right now, but so maybe like this. And then you have the ability to, yeah, beat a wider variety of decks, I guess. And yeah, but in general, it was really nice to see the card Hatred played. Really liked the idea of the deck. I don't know, maybe it's not on my radar, but maybe there are creatures, cheap black creatures bringing in another token creature. I don't know. If you know something like this, please write in the comment section. Otherwise, I have to say thank you again very much for this donation decklist, Celestial Heathen. And I hope you enjoyed the video and see you on the next one.